In this video, I will tell you about the lengthen and reverse tools of Autocad. So here we have these three simple geometries and we'll start with the lengthen tool here. So you can use lengthen tool to find out the length of different objects in the Autocad drawing, and you can also use it to increase the existing length of the objects. For example, here we have a line and an arc. Now using the lengthen tool, we can increase their length, and here also we can increase the length of this arc or the circumference of this arc, so that will affect the included angle. So to start the lengthen tool, expand the modify panel and select the lengthen tool from here. Now select it and click on the object whose length you want to find. So in this case, I'll click on this line, and here we have the length of line, which is 100 units. Now let's assume that we want to find the length or the circumference of this arc. So click on it, and we have the circumference of the arc along with the included angle. So in this way, you can use this tool to find the length of different geometries. Now using this tool, you can also increase its length. So as you know that the length of this line is 100 unit as shown here. Let's say that we want to change its length to 120 units. For that, I will select this delta option first. Now using delta option, you can change the length to any value. So here we want to change its length by 20 units. So type 20, press enter. Now click on the side on which you want to increase the length. So I'll click close to this endpoint, and the length will increase by 20 units towards right side. You can now also click on this left side to increase it by 20 units here, and you can keep on clicking if you want to increase length even further. Now let's press enter to exit this command. Now I'll press enter again to repeat the command, and now once again I'll change the length of this arc. So in the previous case we have changed the length of this line, now we'll change the length of this arc, but in this case instead of using the delta option, I'll select the percent option. So let's select this percent option. Now using the percent option, you can also change the length of existing objects, and for that you can enter a value which is greater than 100 and also less than 100. So if you enter a value which is less than 100, for example 80, that will decrease the length, and it will decrease the length by 20%. And if you enter a value like 120%, it will increase the length of the existing object by 20%. So obviously entering a value of 100% will not make any change. So in this case, I'll enter a value of 70% and now press enter. Now click on the side of arc from where you want to decrease the length, and here we want to decrease it. So you can see that the length will be reduced. So let's click, and the length has been reduced to 70% of its original value. Again press enter to exit this command. Now you can also press enter to repeat it, and now we have a total length option here. So let's select this total length, and now you can enter a total length for the object. So in this case, we know that the length of this line is now 140 units because we have increased the length by 20 units towards right and left side. Now let's say that we want to decrease its length and we want to make it equal to 60 units. So I'll type 60 as the total length. Now press enter. And now click on the side from where you want to decrease it. So if you click on the right side, the length will be decreased from this side. If you click on the left side, the length will be decreased from there. So I'll click on this left side. And now here we have the line with a length of 60 units. You can also check it using the lengthen command. So again, press enter and click on this line. And here we have this 60 unit length. If you want to change the length of this line now, or the length of this arc dynamically by using your cursor, then you can select this dynamic option, and now you can click on the line and you can move your cursor to change the value. Similarly, you can also click here and change the length of this arc just like this. So now let's erase both of these geometries. So now let's have a look at the reverse tool. So using reverse tool, you can reverse the direction and also orientation of the object. So here we have a polyline, and in this polyline we have this starting width of 0 unit and an ending width of 10 unit. Now let's say that we want to reverse its direction. For that we need to expand the modify panel and select the reverse tool. So select it. Now select the object and press enter. Now, although you may not see the change in direction, but when you look on the command line, just let's expand it, you'll see that the object direction has been reversed. So obviously the object direction has been reversed, but we are not able to see any change here in this polyline because it has not reversed the order in which the polyline has been made. And in order to apply the change on the order of this polyline, you need to change p line reverse width system variable to 1. So let's type p line reverse widths and press enter. So now you can see that its default value is set to 0. Let's change it to 1 and press enter. Now we'll repeat the command. So let's go to this modify, select the reverse tool, select the polyline and press enter. And now the direction has been reversed and also the orientation has been reversed in this case. This reverse direction tool is especially helpful for this kind of cases, and it's also helpful in the situations where you have a line type containing text and when the direction of text is not appropriate or not according to your requirements. So you can use this tool to reverse the direction of polyline or reverse the direction of line type to make it appropriate as per your requirement. So let's now once again change the system variable back to 0. And let's erase this object as well. So this was all about lengthen and reverse tool of AutoCAD.